I think he'll be very, very low risk, but he has a high upside if he can channel his inner thing, and that's Matt Boyd.
Yeah,
the
no,
Tigers.
he's a good team. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 450 Dead Center channel. Chris here with Daniel.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, we're talking about our Christmas wish list for the Toronto Blue Jays because there's really not much to talk about right now. We're in the middle of a lockout. There hasn't been any meeting since they had that 7-minute meeting like a month ago. It's been boring.
I mean, the reason we're putting it just to the Jays because obviously everyone's number one thing on the wish list right now is for this lockout to end. But
Yes, which doesn't seem like it's going to be happening
Yeah.
anytime soon. Hopefully by maybe pitchers and catchers report in like early to mid-February.
I think like end of January it'll end. That's my
I hope so.
goal.
'Cause that's when
or
they said they're
guess.
going to meet, but I don't know. I don't know if there's restrictions for meeting now because of the new variant. But
I mean, they can just do it online.
oh, that's a good point. Yeah, they can do a Zoom call and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. All right. So this is our Christmas wish list, Daniel. We have 3 things on our wish list. So what's the first thing that you want to address or
I mean,
that you want?
one thing I really want, and I think you'll agree, is that we kind of need another lefty bat.
Yes, we do.
Whether it be a third baseman or an outfielder or a second baseman, whatever, we need another lefty bat because I'm not gonna lie, I can't think of a lefty in this lineup beside Biggio.
I was gonna say my boy Cavan, but that's it.
I'm like, I know
Reese
lefty
McGuire.
righty
Reese
splits.
McGuire.
Oh, okay, yeah, Reese McGuire.
Wanky
Like,
panky.
but like, I don't think
Yeah.
he's gonna be on the team for long because Gabriel Moreno.
Oh, speaking of him, holy cow, he's so good.
I know,
love that
right?
guy.
It's gonna.
I gotta
but like,
invest in his cards.
ooh, smart idea actually.
I don't.
I have to
Yeah,
look it up.
I don't even invest in cards, but I should invest in his cards.
I might have to look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I know lefty righty splits aren't the be all end all, but like you have a lineup all of righties, like
No, I get exactly what you're talking about, and there's 2 guys that the Jays are looking for. One's a switch hitter, and one's a lefty who would fit perfectly in this batting lineup. And we've mentioned them before in other podcasts and videos, but one of them is Freddie Freeman, and the other one is what's his name, Jose Ramirez, and they are both very good, like really good.
I mean, I really, as much as I want Freeman to come, I really don't think it's gonna happen.
I would prefer Jose Ramirez over Freddie Freeman anyway, just because we have Vlad at first. But I mean, Vladdy's turning into a monster now, and he's cutting again
Oh,
over
yeah.
the winter. So I wouldn't be surprised if they could move Vlad to third. It probably just depends on what's the better deal, because I feel like we'll get maybe one of the two or Chris Bryant. But I'm
The
just
other
not
guy
sure.
I heard a lot about us getting possibly is Ketel Marte from the Diamondbacks.
Is he a lefty?
He's a switch hitter.
Ooh, but
And
that'll be a
he's,
massive trade though, because he's got like 3 years left on his contract. And it's
It
really
would be
team-friendly.
more. I think it would cost less than it would for Ramirez. I think.
Yeah, because Ramirez has a
Ramirez
much
is,
higher
like,
ceiling.
Superstar, and Ketel Marte's coming off a really, really bad year.
Yeah, he was also with the Diamondbacks though, and they stink.
You're right. Yeah. But yeah, Ketel Marte, I heard it was gonna be. They've been throwing a bunch of like mock trades out on Instagram, and that one I heard it was Groshans, Kirk, and Hunter Hoglund.
Yeah, that would be quite fair. I would say for Ketel Marte, right? Are we talking about?
Yeah, for Ketel Marte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people dish out Biggio, but like we need that lefty in our batting lineup, and if we can have, because there's no point in just removing Cavan as a lefty to get another lefty,
Yeah.
because then we still have one lefty. So I don't
The other
think.
thing I think they could maybe do is sign a lefty outfielder, someone like Michael Conforto.
Wait, was
Conforto?
Dickerson a lefty? Was he a lefty?
Dickerson was a lefty.
That's why he was.
Yeah.
That's why we picked him up pretty much.
Yeah.
It was getting
Michael
dark in memory.
Conforto, is that the guy? Conforto?
The guy from the Mets. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
a lefty.
I'm saying the last name right. Conforto,
Yeah, it's
right?
Conforto.
But pick him up and then just trade like Randal or trade. I mean, you're not gonna trade Teoscar and you're not gonna trade George, so maybe Gurriel, but trade one of those 2 righty outfielders and put Conforto there, who's just as good.
Yeah, no, you can't exactly. I mean, he had a really bad season last year, so we could get him as a discount or in a discount. Or I don't even know what do you want to call it, but yeah. I mean, Conforto will be good, but I really think that we should stick maybe to the more proven year to year type of guys because Conforto wasn't good. He was good in 2020, right? Or I don't
I
even
think
remember.
he was good every year except 2021.
Yeah.
Really.
So yeah, I don't know.
So,
You don't really know. I mean, you could get him for like an absolute steal, and then he's gonna be solid.
we could get, yeah, and he could be like the next Marcus Semien kind of thing. So
Exactly. He could be the next Marcus Semien. Who knows? I'd be okay with getting Conforto because he would be actually pretty good. And I mean, I think he's good on defensively. I'm not even too sure. I
so Chris,
100% agree.
what else do you want on this wish list?
I want another starting pitcher. Just one
Yeah.
more. Just one more. Maybe even two. It really doesn't matter. I mean, there's not really many good guys left on the market. I mean, there's Kershaw, obviously. He would be pretty sick, not gonna lie. But I don't see Kershaw leaving LA or maybe going to Texas. Who even else is on the market now in terms of
One
starting
name that I
pitchers?
know has been
Is it
thrown out a
Kikuchi?
bunch
UC Kikuchi?
is Kikuchi. Yeah.
He's pretty
And
good.
I'm just gonna pull up the starting pitchers still available. I believe is
There-
Carlos Rodon still there, or
He
is
is
he?
still. Oh, I
gone?
forgot about him. I think he would be actually a really good pick. A lot of people have been talking about that, but
Right,
he would
is
probably
so
be around.
underrated.
He'd probably be getting some sort of Ryu-esque contract. So we do have the
Yeah.
money for it, and I feel like the CBA will increase the luxury tax. So we could maybe fit him into the budget. We know Rogers has the money to pay everybody, so I think it should be fine. He would.
I think it really depends on what this CBA looks like.
Yeah,
right? If
exactly.
they have a cap minimum,
Hmm.
then the Jays can go ahead and spend a lot,
Agree.
But
I
don't know.
feel like
I
it'll
li- I
be
like-
over the 212 that it is now, right? Or is it 210? I don't
Yeah.
even remember.
I have no clue what it is.
It goes up every season just a little bit because inflation and all that. And
Yeah, I'm terrible with numbers, so like,
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah, and
What do we
then
have still here?
it also, if we were to give Rodon a Ryu-S contract, I mean, is it this season? Is Ryu's last? No, he's one more year after
Next
this.
season.
Yeah, next
He's got
season's
2 years,
Ryu's.
I
So
think.
then we can maybe give Rodon, I guess, 20 million for 4 years. I'd be okay with that. He's a really good pitcher, and if we can sign Carlos Rodon to this rotation that we already have, like a rotation with Rodon, Kevin Gausman, Ryu, Manoah, Pearson would be pretty good. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I know I'm not. Yeah, it would be such a good rotation.
Did you say Manoah?
I
Yeah.
did say Manoah.
Oh, Stripling, but he's like a swingman.
Exactly. He's the swingman.
Yeah.
He's like
I
when
mean-
somebody gets hurt, because it's gonna happen.
Rodon's probably the most reasonable, unless he's gotten
Mhm.
signed already.
No, he
But
hasn't. He hasn't been signed.
Just double checking to make sure he hasn't. No,
He
he
would have gotten
hasn't.
a good contract.
Another name that's out there, I don't think he'll come here, but Zach Greinke.
I don't want him. I don't know. There's just something about Zach Greinke, like that 59-mile-an-hour pitch that he throws. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Something about that
I
guy,
mean-
like, not a fan. Not a fan.
So it's projecting Rodon to get 24 million a year. So
I think
24
it's a little
by 4,
high.
maybe?
He's had one good season. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I mean, obviously,
I could see him getting
okay
a
with
20
that.
by 5 or 20 by
25.
4.
I feel like whoever gives him that extra year, probably that no one else will give, is the team that will sign him, even if it is for a lower annual value. But we'll see.
He's only 29, right? So
Exactly.
20 by 5 would bring him to 34.
Yeah, I
did the
see him
math right.
into like the Robbie Ray and Gosman
Yeah.
S contracts, but they've been better for a little longer, and Ray won the Cy Young, so
Another guy who's on here that, I mean, I think he'll be very, very low risk, but he has a high upside if he can channel his inner thing, and that's Matt Boyd.
yeah,
The
no,
Tigers.
he's a good pitcher, and I mean,
Right.
if he for some reason. When I think of Matt Boyd, I also think of Steven Matz. They're complete
Yeah.
opposites. They're not really like the same pitcher or anything, but like
It's their motion. Their motions are so similar.
yeah, the way I just think of them is kind of the same. And we know how Matt's was with Pete Walker. And didn't we used to have Matthew Boyd? Did we trade him, right?
I think we
We
traded
traded
for
him in
David
2015.
Price.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah.
for somebody like that. So we can bring him back, maybe work with the GOAT Pete Walker or something. And then there we go. We got a good player right
I
there.
think out of all the guys we said, I would really like Matt Boyd. I'm surprised he hasn't signed yet, really, because that's the Tigers' like only pitcher they have, to be honest.
No. yeah. Yeah. That's weird.
He'll be way cheaper, and
Telling you, Steven
he
Matz
has
deal.
such-
Give him a 1 year deal.
yeah,
I give him
I
1
mean,
year, 15 million. Go get him.
I'm not gonna lie. You could almost, I think you could probably get him longer.
You
I think
could.
you can almost go
You could.
3 by 15.
How old is he? Like 27, 26?
30.
He's 30, man. He's old now.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him a 3 year
Well, he
deal.
was 25 when we traded him, so
Oh, really? Okay, I thought he was younger.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, so I would probably give him maybe a 2 year, maybe 3 year deal because he was all right. He wasn't like fantastic or anything, but I maybe give him a 2 year to start, and then if he does good, likes Toronto, then yeah, give him maybe a 1 or 2 year deal after that.
I mean, you could always do one of those deals where it was like 1 year plus a player option,
or club
or
option
1 year
too.
plus a
Yeah,
club option or whatever
yeah,
the
exactly.
options
Like,
are. I don't know what
agree.
they
Yeah,
are, but
a 2-year club option would be great.
yeah, I really like Matt Boyd or Matthew Boyd, whatever he goes by now.
Hmm.
He's even in Detroit, he's had good numbers. Although Detroit is a very pitcher friendly ballpark,
Hmm.
team sucks.
Yeah, like the team, you have like no support. Like it's bad. Like I mean, the defense is okay there because the diamond is so big, but other
Yeah,
than that,
offense, unless you give up 2 runs, you're not winning a ball game,
yeah.
really.
I mean,
Like,
wins are really irrelevant now anyway. But still, like
yeah,
I'm happy that that's a stat that nobody cares about anymore because you could be all the Dodgers and suck compared to the Orioles and you're actually good. Like
exactly.
hmm.
And then Chris, I think this last thing in this wish list I want, I'm pretty sure you want as well,
Let's see.
is this is gonna be very specific for Jays fans, but I want the Jays to start in Toronto this year.
Really? That's well. I mean, of course I want that too.
I,
I
I
have
don't
something
think.
else. I'll tell it after.
Okay, I was just gonna mention. I know with this whole uh, recent case rises in the NHL basically getting shut down
Yeah,
for a
thanks.
couple weeks.
My fantasy team's screwed.
Oh
I'm still
yeah.
winning though for some reason. I don't know how.
Remind me after I gotta fix the amount of moves. But
Yeah.
there's been kind of talks I heard on Fan 590 about the Jays maybe starting in Dunedin, and then as soon as like
Not
April
again.
or May comes around, then going straight to Toronto again.
Ugh, please no.
But
Anything but
just
that.
I don't know. I just rather see them start in Toronto. I don't know where you stand. I'm sure you're very similar to me.
Okay, like I want to go to opening day and all those type of things. I mean, I've never been to an opening day before, so it'd be really cool to go. Even just watching like April baseball because we're done school late April, so we can go to like a whole crap ton of May games and
Yeah.
all that, and a bunch of June games. Like we missed all of that last year. Like we pretty much only had August, which is the last month before our summer was over, pretty much to go to baseball games. So it wasn't much time, and all these seats were limited because everybody was buying Jays tickets at that time. So I just want to go to a bunch of games this year. And
I agree. I want to go to a bunch of games. I think it will happen in Toronto. I think they will come to Toronto.
yeah, me too.
Obviously, there's that chance that they're gonna have to start the season in Florida, which would suck.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it's not the
I mean,
worst thing in the world. Like as long as there's baseball for us to watch, I'd be
the
happy
only thing I
because
don't
we
want
need
this
flat
team doing
MVP
is I
season.
don't want them. I don't want them playing at 3 different stadiums again.
No, no, I don't think
That
they
is
will.
so
Because
dumb.
then it kind of messes up the AAA season as well. Like we saw what happened
Right?
with the Bisons. They had to play in Trenton. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, the Trenton Thunder Diamond is pretty nice and all that stuff. But yeah,
It's not
we'll
the
see.
same. It's
It's
not the
not.
same.
It's
It
not. I
really is
mean,
not.
and also they do have good facilities down in Dunedin. Like they renovated it. We have one of the best. What is it? Development facilities in baseball now. I don't
Yeah,
even know what it's
player
called.
development.
Yeah, player development facility. It's great. But there's one thing that I really want, and I mean, I'm sure some people agree with me. I'm not even too sure, but I really want to trade Randal Grichuk. That's all I want. All I want for
Why did I
Christmas.
know this was coming?
I'm telling you, throw him in a trade for another. Just trade him for a lefty, 1-for-1. Like I don't care. Bring back Dickerson. I don't even know where he went, but bring him
But
back.
who
Just
would
one
you
for one
even
trade.
trade that's Randall Grichuk value for a lefty? Like,
Corey Dickerson. Bring him back. I love Corey.
you could just sign him.
Old man. Wait, was Old Man Panic was he a righty or was he a
No, he was a
lefty?
lefty, but he's an infielder and he's
Yeah.
second base. Like,
I mean,
if you
whatever.
trade him
It's fine.
Grichuk, you'd have to trade him for an outfielder.
Yeah, I feel like you would, but yeah, I mean,
And
that's just thing on my wish list. I mean, maybe we can package him in sort of maybe like the Jose Ramirez or Ketel Marte trade or something. Throw him
I
in
feel
there.
like if we get rid of Grichuk, it'll be a package deal.
Yeah, I hope so. I just am not the biggest fan of the guy. Like, I mean, just stop hitting the double
He's a
plays, dude.
kid. He's a good player. Just the amount we're paying him is it could be spent a little bit better
It
elsewhere.
could be spent better, especially now that we're in that win now window,
Yeah.
and we need the payroll, to sign Vlad and Bo for long-term deals. Maybe even
You need
Teoscar
the
now.
money. Every little bit of money helps,
Exactly, like that
right?
10 million can go to like a closer or something instead of Randall.
I mean, to be fair, and the Tampa Bay Rays are a great example of this.
That's true.
Big money doesn't mean you're gonna win. Like, look at the
Yeah,
Yankees.
but
They haven't.
look how long it took Tampa to
I
suck
know.
for so long to get that farm system that continuously like it's traded new guy,
Yeah.
traded new guy. You know how it is? Like
I was
it
more gonna
takes a
say like
while.
the
Yeah, I don't.
Yankees,
Yeah,
but they have always have either the highest or second highest payroll, and they haven't made it to the World Series in what 10, 15 years now.
that's because their coaching sucks. That's the only thing about the Yankees. Their coaching sucks. It's bad. Like Aaron Boone, terrible manager. He does not deserve to coach that Yankees team. I'm gonna
I
be
don't
honest.
know.
If Joe Girardi was still a manager, if he was still managing that Yankees ball club, they would have made the World Series probably, maybe 2 or 3 times within the last like 5 years.
You know what? I can get behind that. Joe was a good manager. I'm surprised he ever left New York, but
They probably fired him. They're like, hey, Aaron Boone, he's clearly the right guy, you know? I mean,
just
Boone
because
was
he hit a home run doesn't mean he's a good manager.
exactly. I mean, he
Like,
did good in 2017, but that team arguably should have won the World Series that season, and they lost in the ALCS to the cheating Astros. So, well, I don't know
yep.
what you want. They would have lost to the Dodgers anyway, but we'll see. Well, I think it's a good time to wrap up this podcast
I
because,
agree. I agree.
yeah,
I
before we
think
piss off
I
some
think we
Yankee
got a lot of
fans.
stuff we could talk about on this wish list, but I think
Mhm.
those are kind of the main 3/4 things we kind of want.
Yeah,
So
comment down below what's your wish list. Maybe you want a relief pitcher or three because we need those, or maybe
yeah.
you want Pete Manager to manage this team because I certainly do.
Or if you're not even a Jays fan, just tell us what team your favorite like you'd root for and what your team needs.
Yeah, like the Pirates, like they need everything. Like what's on your wish list? All right. With that being said, hope you all enjoyed and
Goodbye, guys.
have a good one.